Hi KB, let's go over our math lesson for today, Monday, May 11th. We are starting chapter 10, very exciting, and we are going to work with more shapes. We're going to work with some newer shapes in this chapter. So before we get to the new shapes, we're going to quickly review the shapes that we did in chapter 9, the shapes working with sides and with vertices. So first, open your book to page 409, and we see this big, beautiful picture, and it's asking us here in the Curious George box, it's asking you to take a look at this picture and point out all of the shapes that you can find. So look for rectangles, look for squares, look for circles, look for triangles. Take a close look, and you can either tell somebody in your house or someone that you are sitting with what shapes you see, or you can use a pencil or a crayon to circle the shapes that you see. So take a very close look at each part of the picture, especially looking at the windows, looking down here in the bottom part of our picture to find those shapes that we learned about in chapter 9. Then let's turn the page to 410. Again, a little bit more of a review. And for the first part, you will need two crayons. You will need a red and a blue crayon. And the directions say to use red to color the squares and use blue to color the triangles. So we have several different shapes at the top, but all we want to focus on is using red to color the squares and using blue to color your triangles. The other shapes, you can leave them alone. Then let's come down to problems 2 and 3. We see a triangle, a green triangle, and we see a blue rectangle. Count how many sides you see on the green triangle. How many sides does a triangle have? We should know this by now. How many vertices? How many corners does a triangle have? If you don't remember, come up here and count your vertices. Same thing for our rectangle. We're going to write down how many sides this rectangle has and how many vertices. Awesome work. Then we're going to come to the bottom. The directions say to mark an X on the shapes with 3 sides. So use your pencil and place an X over all of the shapes down here that have 3 sides only. All right. Then we're going to go to the next page, 411. And again, on this page, we are just looking at a picture and looking for shapes that we already know. We see here the bookshelf. It's labeled a rectangle because it has 4 sides and 4 vertices. It has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. We see here we have a circle. Put your finger on the clock. That is a circle. Put your finger on the window. That is a what? A square. And put your finger on the dog's collar. We see here that this is a triangle. Awesome work. What other shapes can you find in this picture? If we take a look at the directions, it's asking us to mark an X on the food that is shaped like a circle. So take a look at the food. Any food that you see is shaped like a circle, put an X over it. Then the directions ask us to draw a line under the food shaped like a square. and circle the food shaped like a triangle. So if the food is shaped like a square, put a line under it. If the food is shaped like a triangle, circle it with your pencil. Awesome job, just being really good detectives, looking for those shapes that we have practiced so much already. All right, boys and girls, and then you're going to turn to page 412. We have a game here called Follow the Shapes. Here is how we play. You're going to choose one of the shapes on the side that says start. So you could choose the rectangle, the circle, the square, or the triangle. And whatever shape you choose, you have to get it to the end that matches. So if you choose the rectangle, you don't want to go to the circle. If you choose the rectangle, you want to go to the rectangle. But to get there, you can only trace the path that has all of the same shape. So if you choose the rectangle, trace the path that is all rectangles. Trace it with your pencil until you get to the end rectangle. If you choose the circle, trace the path that is all circles to get to the end circle. You can do this with just one of these shapes, or if you really want to, you can do this with all 4 of these shapes. Just take your time, and remember, we have erasers on pencils for the possibility that we could mess up, and that's totally okay. All right, erasers have a job to do. So take your time, don't get frustrated, and connect the starting shape to the matching ending shape using only the path that has that shape. All right? Awesome work, KB. So starting tomorrow in math, we're going to talk about some more shapes. We're going to have a little bit of vocabulary for you tomorrow. But first, before you get to tomorrow's math lesson, I'm going to share another video with you that's going to introduce you to our 4 new shapes. They are the cube, the sphere, the cone, and the cylinder. And we're going to be learning more about these shapes in chapter 10, but I would like you to watch a quick, fun little video that puts those 4 new shapes into a song to help you better remember what the shapes are and what they look like. So go ahead and check that. I'll post that today with this math video. All right, you guys are off to a really great start. I am so excited for chapter 10. Keep up the hard work, and I will see you really soon. Bye-bye.